What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is MrHurriicane, and we have some more Madden 18 news to talk about today as we'll dive into target passing, one of the new features in Madden 18. This is, of course, another article on the EA Sports website, so if you wish to follow along, the article is linked down below in the description. When we first learned of this feature, I was very interested to learn the ins and outs of it and to see how it actually plays out. So let's dive into the article. It reads, NFL quarterbacks like Tom Brady have an uncanny ability to throw with precision. The target passing feature gives users that same ability with an advanced mechanic that simulates that control with a graphical target. Users can finally see their intended passing target while placing it anywhere on the field. And you get a little glimpse of this in action during the trailer, the last gameplay trailer they posted. I have a few screenshots here that show this feature in action. You basically have your receiver, of course, and their icon, but you also have a target, which is where the football is going to go when you throw it. And then, of course, you throw it there, and hopefully everything lines up well and you planned out the play effectively. The control scheme is intuitive, providing a straightforward way for users to place the ball in the most advantageous place. The better players are utilizing the target passing mechanic, the more efficient and tactical they will become at picking apart coverage. The ability to visualize the placement of the ball exactly where you want offers another level of control. And for the breakdown, it reads, see exactly where the ball is going to go before the throw. Lead shallow routes up the field before reaching the sideline. Place the ball between zones, forcing your receiver to throttle down. Lead the ball to where only a receiver can get it. Throw timing routes before the cut or even while your receiver is being pressed. I like all the control this will offer. You can maximize your chances for yards after catch or throw away from the defender to protect the football and not force a turnover. And also for timing routes, like you'll have your ins, your outs, and curl routes, for instance. And I know for me personally, I do want to get the football out sometimes before the receiver is coming out of his break, and I want to speed up the timing of the play a bit. A lot of that is due to pressure, so this control helps out with a lot of very common situations you see throughout a game, especially with pass rush that might not take long to get to the quarterback, or a smaller passing window because coverage has gotten tightened up in recent years, especially in Madden 17. On to the next section. Using the target passing mechanic, you select your primary receiver. This is pre-play. Activate Coach Cam with right trigger or R2 and press the button of the desired receiver to make him the primary receiver on the play. Oddly enough for me, I've been playing a lot of Backbreaker recently on my second channel, and this is similar to a feature in Backbreaker where you have to choose the primary receiver so that when you snap the football, the quarterback is looking whether it's to his left, right, or to the tight end. You have a primary receiver defined before the play begins. Back to the article. Bring up your target. After the snap, hold left trigger or L2 and your target will come up as your primary receiver. Move the target. Use left stick to move your target. As your target changes, the quarterback will turn to face the target. Switch targeted receiver. While holding left trigger or L2, press the button of a receiver other than the receiver that is currently targeted, and the target will switch to that receiver. Throw to receiver. Press the button of the receiver icon that is displayed. Use the same throw mechanics for lob, touch, and bullet. Neutral target passing. If you release left trigger or L2, then it becomes neutral target passing. This allows you to press the button of the desired receiver and throw it to him immediately instead of having to switch the target, then throw. Turn off target passing. Simply press left trigger or L2 again and you turn off the target passing mechanic. This is one of those things that I think is really tough to communicate in an article. I understand the controls, but as far as just visualizing how it all plays out when you're maybe locked onto your top read, he's covered, so you want to move to somebody else while also navigating in the pocket. It's just one of those things that I know you're going to have to practice, and I assume that's going to be in the skills trainer somewhere so that players can get a feel for this new mechanic. One thing that I am wondering, if you go back to the move the target section bullet point, use the left stick to move your target. That's normally used to just control your player, so is there any way to navigate with your quarterback while moving the target? That's one thing that I wonder. Is this possible with throw on the run? In the gameplay examples from the trailer, we can see very good protection for the quarterback, so they have clean pockets, and they are rotating to the target, so they're lined up with it. So it looks like a feature that you'll be using when you have good protection and you can stand tall in the pocket. You have to press a button after the snap to bring up the target in the first place, so it looks like something that you can kind of use as you please and as you have the opportunity to actually use. And to me, it seems like it'll be most useful on like one read throws where you are really focused on getting the football to one guy, a specific route, and you can pull up your target and try to make that happen. So it might be a little bit difficult at first, I'm guessing, to go through progressions if you have your target up and the primary receiver is covered. Football happens so quickly, so I wonder how this is all going to play out when you're trying to switch the targeted receiver and then bring up the target passing once again. I know that in Backbreaker, I'll use it as an example because I've been playing a lot of that recently, you are focused on a receiver and you can switch between your receivers at any given time. You don't get anywhere near the amount of accuracy control and ball placement that this feature gives in Madden 18, but this is what target passing makes me think of. And one thing that happened in Backbreaker, which I hope does not happen in Madden, is that because it was a bit slower to pass this way in Backbreaker, the offensive line held their blocks for a very long time, and I'm hoping that there isn't some sort of pass blocking dominance that occurs just so that target passing can be utilized. There should be a time and place for it, I believe, and when you have the chance, use it if you want the extra control. It seems like it'll be completely optional, but I hope that there isn't any rebalancing in terms of the O-line, D-line interactions. I still want that to be very ratings-based and authentic in terms of how often offensive linemen are getting beat and time in the pocket, of course. For instance, back in Madden 16 when the new catching mechanics were implemented, the offensive line did a really good job with protection and there were a lot of shot plays in the game. You can't take advantage of that without having time in the pocket, so offensive line was a lot stronger in that game, and it's been toned down a bit in Madden 17, especially after patches in February. One final note here at the bottom, now that target passing is on left trigger and L2, low pass controls have changed. You now hold the left bumper or L1 to activate the high-low modifier and push left stick up or down to throw high or low. So the control scheme is getting a little bit more advanced here year over year, and I like the amount of control that we're getting. I know when I go to play a game like NBA 2K, I'm always so overwhelmed by the amount of like dribble controls there are because I'm just not very familiar, and for a newcomer sometimes it is a little bit daunting. So that's where the skills trainer comes into play here, and I think that's been a really nice addition for Madden, and even I play with it when the game is brand new and I want to try out various things. And I hope that, again, Madden 18, that the skills trainer helps us out learning how to use this feature and to get a feel for the new controls and having confidence in using target passing in the first place. I do wonder how pass accuracy ratings for quarterbacks will tie into this, because obviously with the target, this becomes a very user skill-based mechanic. And I'm assuming we're still going to see a good gap in quarterbacks and hopefully a larger gap than we've seen before, especially in terms of accuracy. But I'm just talking about with this being a very skill-based mechanic by the user, how ratings tie into it. For instance, if you are trying to lead the receiver with a target, if you were to make the same throw with Tom Brady, would you have the same outcome as if you had Mitchell Trubisky, for instance? I still want to see varied outcomes. Even though it is a skill mechanic, there has to be a delicate balance there. And that's just one of those things that can't be answered until we get our hands on gameplay and get to test things out. This is one of those things I'll spend a lot of time with. I'll do some testing with your more accurate quarterbacks like Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, and then I'll try out some rookies that have a lot lower ratings and see if I have a lot tougher time hitting certain throws or certain routes, and if ball placement is still ratings based. What I'm actually most excited to test out with this, however, is the end zone fade. That's a throw that I never have a ton of confidence in. Usually I like the receivers I'm throwing it to, like in my Chargers franchise, 6'6" Reggie Shepard. Yeah, he's fun to throw fades to, but I'm not always certain where the ball is going to be placed. and I think that's the perfect route to really see what you can do with target passing and to give your receiver a chance to make a play where the defender has no chance of an INT. So basically, in summary, I still have questions about the execution of target passing, but I'm very excited to try using it and to see the level of control that gets added. I've thrown many interceptions over the years that I think could be fixed with a mechanic like this, where I can put the ball exactly where I want it to be, and maybe I'll cut down on interceptions this year as a result. Maybe not though, I do throw some boneheaded picks at times. But thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I have another Madden 18 news video on the way talking about wide receiver and DB interactions. And if there is more news given to us, then I'll be talking about it here on the channel. So subscribe for more Madden 18 news and of course content when the game releases. Check out more of the content on my channel. I do a lot of football here with Madden 17. Please drop a like if you enjoyed, leave your feedback in the comments section, and vote in the poll in the cards. Are you excited to use target passing, or is this not a big deal to you? Let me know, and I will see you all next time. Have a great day.